Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised, and, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help two camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me, to bring hope where there was despair, respect where there was resentment, creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinocchio, and this is my story.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
What up, everybody? Oh man, I gotta change that real quick. That was from a different show. No, we're not Pop's fan, man. Pop's fan, Zant. What's happening? Welcome to Monday Madness. We have a twofer noober show for you today. Two people we ain't never met before. This is gonna be cool. You know I like it that way. You know I like when I get to meet new people and present what they're doing to our viewing audience. People we love. You know, what's up, Levi? Carrie. Hi, Carrie. What's happening? Welcome to Monday Madness. And I'm just going to jump right in. Our first guest is already backstage, so let's not waste any time. Let's bring out Mr. Jeff Foulsham. What's happening?
Hello.
Did I get that right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, close enough. You know, technically it's Foulsham.
Okay. Okay.
But it's an English name, and they say Foulsham, so use whatever floats your
We'll
boat.
leave the out next time. I won't forget.
Fun fact, actually, real quick about my last name: Ellis Island got it wrong, and that's why there's a song called "Folsom Prison." Folsom used to be my last name.
Folsom Prison Blues, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh geez, Carrie's jumping right into it. Look, we have our favorite people that jump into the chat and just say the most off the wall things just to get things rolling, And she has a fun fact for us today. She's here for the fun facts, yo.
Learn something new every day.
Carrie lives in the UK, so we give her allowances for being a little bold. No, we love Carrie. She's awesome. Love everybody in our chat. What's happening, people? We got people lurking on different platforms today. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Rumble, we are everywhere. So say hi to everybody, man.
Hello, world.
There you go. That's how we do it. So Jeff, tell everybody just a little bit about yourself and set up where we're going to take this interview.
Yeah, so I am Jeff Foulsham, East Coast guy, just a couple hours outside of Philly, here in central PA. Background, I've been a creator my whole life, started drawing comics back in school, but I didn't really care for history or English or math or science or any of those classes, so when they said take notes, I would draw 4-panel comic strips in my notebook instead. Didn't think that was going to be a thing for me. I didn't think, comics were going to be, the big moneymaker. So I went to film school, realized I hated working with people and took all I learned about story structure and writing and like visual like scene setups, and I transferred to art school, and now I'm doing comics. Yeah, that's the main thing right there. The quick version, I guess, as you'd say.
Hey, look, see, that is not an uncommon. That's not uncommon.
Did the same thing with taking notes.
Every artist I know wasn't paying attention to anything in school but his notebook.
Yep.
I mean, look, I've talked to a couple thousand people since I started doing this, and that's pretty common. That it started when they were young, and that passion for the genre just never went away, and eventually at some point they went, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, like, I didn't have like comic books like growing up, right? I grew up in the 90s, right at the comic book kind of crash, you know. And I live in a really small town. Like, we don't get above 10,000 people here unless college is in town, is in season, right? So, like when our local store went out, like I was reading Peanuts, I was reading Calvin and Hobbes, I was reading like The Far Side and Garfield and stuff like that. But like I only had that one issue of the X-Men with Bishop on the cover and like a bunch of people, and it had the holofoil X symbols in the background. I forget,
Age of Apocalypse or something. I can't remember which storyline it was, but yeah,
I devoured that book over and over and over again because it was the only one I had, right? But like I think I may even still have it in my closet somewhere, but yeah, like that holofoil is like burned in my memory. It was like the only comic book I had until I went to college and I started reading New 52 stuff from DC.
Good idea, Matthew. He just updated his comic trailer to include a QR code and a link. See? You gotta get ahead of the game, but
I'm a very desktop oriented person, so maybe I just am not QR friendly. I was like, do people use QR codes?
Oh yeah, especially like if you go to a con, people will have a little play card on their table where you can just boom and you're on their website, and if they'll have other stuff on their website that might not be on their table. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, hey, man, this ain't it. Hit the QR code. You might find something else you like. Or
I do like the way they look too, especially when you put like a logo in the middle.
And especially like if you have an active campaign. Lots of people that go to cons have no idea what Kickstarter or Indiegogo or Fund My Comic are. They still go to the comic stores and buy comics. They go to conventions and they talk to the vendors there, and they meet their local vendors and they go to their stores. That's what happens at cons. But that small press guy, that independent creator that has an active campaign, he's trying to sell a book that might be like on Kickstarter or be like on the storefront at Fund My Comic. It's already done. You can buy it right now. You just got to, get it off the website, right? So here's my QR code.
That's cool.
I mean, like past episodes, stuff like that. That's one of the things I like about Fund My Comic is you can set up a storefront there.
Oh, that's cool.
Your existing campaign you can have over here on one page, but over here you can have a storefront with all your past stuff.
Yeah, Kickstarter, I guess, just recently started doing post-campaign stuff.
Yeah, that's where you can keep buying afterwards. I'm talking about this is like a full-blown storefront. You can have all your stuff over here. That's like your last 10 campaigns, right? You got extra books. You put them up there on your storefront. You sell them, but you have a new campaign for book number 11. though you can have both up there. That's what I'm talking about. I think that's kind of cool that you can sell all your old stuff and still have a brand new active campaign up and running at the same time. That saves you having to put catch-up tiers and stuff on your campaign. You just be like, hey, man, just right over there. All my other stuff is available, and your campaign page can be dedicated to the one thing you're trying to sell.
That's cool. Yeah, right now I'm just using coffee as my storefront because it's easier.
Speaking of, we got a Kickstarter launching tomorrow, and that's why we're here. This is why we're here talking to Jeff. This is his campaign. You can see he's created 4. So this is number 4.
This is the 4th campaign. Yep. But this is actually issue number 1 in a new series. Yes. Okay. The other ones were anthology books that I did, sort of just one and done kind of things. But this is issue 1 of 10. And I have all 10 comics. They're already written. They're already edited. I've gotten people to look over them and everything. So we're good to go. I just, it's just me sitting down now to draw them, flip-flopping between this and the other project I work on full time.
Now, Carrie, some people don't even know about Fund My Comic yet. And so that's why we talk about it. But it's like the fact of the matter is that it's going up on Kickstarter, and that's where we're going to promote it. Now later on, he might go look at Fund My Comic now that I've told him about the storefront aspect. Oh, and it is like,
I will admit I hadn't heard of that until today.
You see, Carrie, that's what I mean. It's Fund My Comic, although to you and your crowd, it's like the thing, Carrie, because that's what everybody there uses. A lot of people don't even know what it is yet. That's why we promote it like we do, so don't worry. We spread the word. It is Luke Stone created it. I think it's been up for about 15 months now. Oh, cool. And they're getting some 5-figure campaign sales over there, and it's starting to do really well. And they do have a 3% fee as opposed to the 7. But I mean, I just like it because it was built by comic people with comic people in mind. It's not lawn chairs and picnic tables. It's comics, and indie comic people got to stick together, man.
Hey, I'm not above getting in early on a place and growing with a platform,
He said he thinks it's 2% now. Luke must have been able to pay for everything, because he said once he had all of his debt paid for the cost of building it, I think that he was going to drop it to 2%. So cool.
I like that.
Does the green reptile bite the dude's head off and squash it like a pea? Carry.
Built to buy the comic and find out.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Buy the book. You gotta buy the book. So go ahead, give everybody a little taste of what this dude's about while I watch myself. No, I can't. I'm not allowed to. Man. Oh well, I tried.
Yeah. So the Osran Tales. Osran is the name of the planet. It's a fantasy setting for people if you like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. Game of Thrones. Any of that kind of fantasy schlock out there. It's about punching monsters in the face with, cool magic spells and, big war hammers and stuff like that. There's a little bit of sci-fi in there. One character is from an alternate reality, and that's because I played the character as a D&D character, and we did. I don't know if anyone plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
If you don't know, for anyone in the audience who doesn't play D&D, you might not be able to relate to this. But For those of you who do, have you ever played a whole campaign? You've gotten to the end, you've beaten the big bad guy, you talk to your dungeon master, and you're like, so how long was this? Was this like 5 years, 10 years of my... It's like, no, it was like 4 months.
Yeah.
You went from like level 1 to level 20. You've gotten godlike powers, and it's like 4 months of your character's life.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what about the rest of their life? You know,
Jeff, I gotta tell you, I can tell that you're new to our network, okay? Because we've done live RPG campaigns that have gone 40 weeks, 3-4 hour episodes each week.
Hell yeah.
We actually did one called Slaughterville, where Laurie Calcaterra from the Tuesday Morning Brew and I played it, and the characters that we created have actually lived beyond the game, and they host a show now called Killer Karen on Fridays at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
and it's like and we're in character from those characters that we created in the game.
Exactly.
Because people like those characters. I don't know why. That was that thing I played at the beginning. You might have caught it. This part right
I
here.
don't know why, but you were watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Yeah, that's great.
That's Laurie as Karen, the ultimate Karen. And of course, I play Dante, the old stoner dude.
Hell yeah.
And we actually do a show where we highlight people's campaigns, sort of.
Well, so yeah, then you'll be able to
Totally.
vibe with that. Yeah. So
Totally.
if you read the description there, it says that can Milos, Arilla, and Izzy save Fonkin before he gets eaten by the Scorpigator? Fonkin is the character I played in an old campaign. He's a gnomish artificer, although he was a wizard, and there is a reason why he switched classes. Which we will get into later in the series, not in this first issue, although it's hinted at in the first issue here.
I'm interested in the Scorpigator.
Half scorpion, half alligator, half frog. I don't know how the math works because I'm an artist.
So he's a third and a third and a third.
Yeah, so
I don't know how the biology works, but I'm not the artist.
A lot of people say when they see the full monster art, they think that it's a basilisk from, I think they're called basilisks from World of Warcraft. They got like the 6 legs, the big crocodile looking things. Yeah. I guess that was sort of in the back of my head. I used to play World of Warcraft back in the Lich King days.
I played EverQuest.
And
EverQuest.
But yeah, this guy is about the size of a giant crocodile, and he's got big frog legs in the back and a giant scorpion tail, so he can leap super far. He's got a poison. It's like I just took all of the good things from those 3 creatures and took away all their weaknesses, and was like, oh, that's a pretty good fantasy monster.
I like it.
But so yeah, the story starts out first couple of pages. Izzy gets home. She's a kind of a ranger, I guess, for lack of a better word. Not really using D&D classes, but right. Yeah, she's like a nature cleric, ranger-y healer kind of person.
Druid.
Yeah, there you go. Well, she doesn't change. She doesn't shapeshift. So I would say more on the ranger side with a first aid skill, I guess. And Fonkin, our extra dimensional friend, comes in hot on page 2 screaming, "Someone save me!" as this guy's got him in his mouth hopping through town. Nice. And his adventuring partners, Milos and Arilla, who is a bard, a tiefling bard, and she is roommates with our friend Izzy here on the cover. And she's like, "Izzy, we need your help. This crazy monster," and they drag her along into the group, and that's how the audience gets pulled into the adventure itself.
I like it. Now, do you have you got some stuff to show us, right?
Yeah, I got some stuff here.
Oh, Now here comes Kerrigan. Who dies first in the comic and how much of a mess is made?
Who does die first? I can actually show you that. That is actually part of the thing here. So let me show off my screen here. And it makes kind of a mess. So here is we haven't put the title on it yet, the Osrun Tales Chapter 1 title on it. This is going to be our first cover. This is drawn by Ignacio de Meglia, a very good friend of mine. Does great work. Picked him because he and I have a similar art style. So we've got this cover, and then we've got this version, which is going to actually have a prismatic foil behind it. So I can't show that digitally because that's like literally the paper it's printed on, right? So we got the two versions of that, and then this is a PDF. This is actually a wraparound cover, so that picture that's on the front of the Kickstarter is actually the cover image here. So you'll see more of the Scorpigator. But as we click through our comic here, you can see some of the artwork. This is he getting back into town? There's Fonkin at the top of the page with the Scorpigator. And if you see here, you wanted to see the first person to die. Right there it is. Page freaking, what is this, 5, I think? Whoops. We'll zoom in here a little bit if I can.
So this dude come running in with his hammer and just got slapped.
Yeah, he's just whistling, selling his potatoes. Scorpigator jumps down onto it out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, why can't I move this? How do you go up and down?" There we go.
You dare insult the son of a proud potato farmer.
A little Rolf from Ed, Edd and Eddy there, for those who remember that cartoon back in the day.
Oh yeah.
He comes in hot and gets immediately stabbed by the scorpion. Doesn't even get a hit in, just immediately stabbed. This actually is a from an other campaign I did. Someone backed at the $200 tier to get a speaking line. This is a real person, a real life person that I drew into the comic. Unfortunately, I don't have any reference photos pulled up. But if we're gonna have that again, this Kickstarter. $100 and the $200 is a background character and a character with an actual speaking role. And I'll draw you in. You get to talk to me. You get to be like, "Hey, I want to be an orc," or "I want to be this or that," and we'll work you into the story however best it can fit. Yep, here we go. Next page here. Oops. He's starting to die from the poison. He's turning green and stuff. We got some more cool action shots here. And this page, this is not going to be on the Kickstarter. Right here. We're going to give you some extra behind the scenes previews. So those pages that we already saw were the previews that I had that are going to be on the Kickstarter page. But here you can see as we shuffle in, there's a lot more fun to be had. Some magic here, lots of cool stuff. All of the principal artwork, we'll leave it here for now. All the principal artwork is finished. I actually finished up coloring the book over the weekend, so Saturday night, I think. I've started doing the layouts for issue 2 already, and Elf with No Name issue 3 is another book that I work on. That's written by a guy named Jeff Schiller. But that's future projects.
Well, see, this is where I was going to go. If this is done, you probably have some work already on your next project completed, right?
Well, just starting. Yeah.
So you know what an ash can is, right?
I've heard the term, but is that when you print it out at home, like on your computer?
Well,
Or
it's
is that
not
a zine?
like not the whole book. It's like you take some preview art, maybe the first couple pages of your next book. You make a little 8-page brochure style that's not quite as big as like a 6x9 or whatever, not quite as big as a comic book, 8 pages, and you put it as a stretch goal on your campaign.
Oh, cool.
Obviously, you get enough money from the stretch goal to pay for printing them up.
Yeah.
And then you just slide them in with the comic book, but it gives people a preview of what's coming.
I actually have something like that planned for a stretch goal. It is one of my other campaigns. So remember, this is the 4th one that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the other ones I've done, so 2 of the 3 are for a short story anthology book that I've done called Ozrin West, which is the same world, just cowboys, right? It's fantasy Western. And that's actually how I got the job working for Jeff Schiller on Elf with No Name, which is fantasy Western, except instead of multiple 8-page short stories, it's a full ongoing series following the Elf with No Name. Like, there's those Clint Eastwood movies where the man with no name, he doesn't, he's just the guy or whatever in those 3 spaghetti Westerns. And, but yeah, so I actually had an idea about a week and a half ago. Do you remember that one issue of Hawkman? I think it was, where it's like Arctic and it's like snow, and so it's just panels and dialogue. There's like no art in it or whatever.
I do.
I was like, I want to do the opposite of that. I want to do an 8-page story with no dialogue in it, just pictures. Can I tell a story just with visual images? And so I wrote a new Ozrin West short story. I'll say my creative wells when I'm doing certain genre things. It's hard to motivate myself to do something in the same genre, So I haven't done a lot of Ozrin West since starting Elf with No Name, but I had this idea of an old dwarf on the prairie, just farming, an old widower. Like, I had an idea of him just like working in his garden, and there's like an old stagecoach or whatever, like along the ridge, and he just watches it go by. Like, no, there's no real interaction there. I just had like 4 or 5 of these like vignettes in my mind, and I was like, I can expand this. I can make a story out of this. So that is a stretch goal that I'll finish the art for that. I have like 5 of the pages, like I said, in storyboards. I'd have to pencil and color them, but that is a stretch goal to do a little extra 8-page thing.
Yeah, just call it an ash can. Make it, make it a little bit smaller than the size of a comic book. I mean, I could show you a couple. I've got a huge collection of them, and that's why I encourage people to make them, because I collect them. If you see what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, to answer Carrie's question there, I am at Foulsham_art all over the internet. It is at FOULSHAM as in Michael _ART. That is Twitter. That's on. I don't really post to Instagram that much, but I have an Instagram. I got a Facebook profile page. All sorts of other stuff.
See that?
Yeah, there you go.
Taking care of business for me. Thank you, Mike.
I'm not signed into the chat, so thank you very much.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. We all take care of each other out here. I wanted to drop your link in the chat as well to your campaign, which is launching tomorrow, people. Launching tomorrow.
Yep. Right after this interview, I gotta finish up making a couple extra assets for the page, load them up there, and then we'll be ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna have to ask you the same. I'm gonna have to ask you, since Doc's not here, I'm gonna have to take his thunder and drop the serious questions on you. What in your god awful wrong mind made you want to become a comic book creator?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know you was at school and you were doodling and shit, but what made you go, yeah, I want to do that. I'm going to do that. Because that's different than just having the dream. When you actually the determination gets down to putting the art down and seriously considering it. What was the tipping point for you? What put you there?
I touched on it a little bit at the beginning, but so yeah, like you said, we all were, the high school wanting to like doodle and stuff. I always found that while I liked going to art class in high school and doing, portraits and images and stuff like that, I really felt like my art, and my friends will make fun of me for this because I usually refer to myself as an illustrator and not an artist, because I feel like art has to have some kind of emotional connection to it, and if I'm just doodling a picture of Batman, I'm not creating art, because it's just a picture of Batman. I'm not trying to like make someone feel something with it. It's just a picture of Batman, right? So I really felt like my art was in stories rather than in the images that I was working in, which is why when I decided to go to college after high school, I studied film. I thought I was going to go into TV or something, specifically television. I wanted to do like sitcoms or episodic, like not just one movie, but like here's a part of a story, here's a part of a story, here's a part, here's a part, here's a part. And then I took, I got through most of my gen eds. I had gone through a lot of the beginning courses. I got into my third year, and we took a class that was, they put us into groups at the beginning of the semester, and it was first project, Jeff's going to be the director, Mike's going to be the writer, Susie's going to be the cameraman, and blah blah blah. Next project, you all switch, right? And so everyone throughout the semester gets to be each part of writer, cameraman, lighter, editor, etc. I hated with a passion working with that many people on one project. It was so god awful. It was the worst. It was one of the worst creative experiences I have ever had in my life, because the people I was put in a group with wanted to go into news broadcasting, and that's good for them, but I wanted to make weird like artistic films, right? And so I had written this thing that was going to need to have like a lot of weird lighting effects and a lot of like, crazy symbolism in it and stuff. And I wasn't allowed to edit it because that wasn't I was the writer director on it. And the person who edited just slap chopped it together like, boom, 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 boom. Here's the story. And there was like, they took all of the symbolism out of it. And I was like, well, if I'm going to have to work in an environment where I don't have complete creative autonomy, then I don't want to do this. And I got super depressed. I dropped out of school. I gained a lot of weight that I still haven't gotten rid of. And then I was working for my dad at his doctor's office as a secretary / audiologist, not audiologist, but I give hearing tests. And he retired. He sold his practice to the local hospital, and they said, if you want to keep working here at the salary that you make, you have to go to school and get a degree. And I said, fuck you. If I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna learn to do something I actually want to do with my life.
There you
And
go.
so
There you
circa
go.
2013, Kickstarter was a thing. There was people doing comics, you know, and getting them funded on their own. There was people doing stuff on YouTube. And I was just like, I guess I can make a go of it, you know?
Right.
I will say there are some silver linings to the dark cloud of my life. I do get to still live at home and pursue this as a career without having to worry about where my next meal or, you know, where my rent is going to come from, as they say. But that's only because my mom has dementia, and so I help my dad take care of her. So, you know, it's one of those kind of 6 in one, half dozen in the other, right? Dad retires to help mom with that stuff, and I get to go pursue my dreams and help out at home. But
I have a request from the crowd.
yes.
We have a request in the chat to show you a little something. And you've done, this is your 4th campaign, so you should understand and feel this. You should, you know, I think you'll get it. This is a crowdfunding journey.
Hold on. I think I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? Ah! Nose and lips. Okay, ow. No, can I? Ow. Ow! Wait! Ow! Please, Mr. Hood.
Dude, that Dodgeball's such a great movie.
It was a great movie. Laurie made that just for people like you, because, you know, she does it too. She understands the struggle, you know.
Yeah, life just keeps kicking you in the balls, right?
Most definitely does. Jeff, before you go, there's one thing I like to do. I like to make sure that nobody leaves here with words unsaid. So if there's anything we didn't cover that you wanted to talk about, or anything else that you want to talk about in your last few minutes before our next guest comes out, floor is yours.
I think just, you know, obviously follow the campaign. Go there, click the follow button. We're going to be launching hopefully in the afternoon tomorrow. Like I said, I got to talk to my campaign manager. We got to finalize a couple GIFs and a few other, you know, fancy things for the page to make it a nice viewing experience. Other than that, I don't know. Smoke weed, have a drink, enjoy life. Don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun. Read comics.
I gotta appreciate the smoke weed part for sure. You know, weed is life. Before you go though, one other thing I like to do, because this is a networking and promotions platform that we're trying to build here, I like to introduce people. I don't know if you know our next guest or if he knows you, but Dave, how you doing, Dave?
Hello, Dave.
Doing well. How are you?
All right, Jeff, that's Dave. Dave, that's Jeff.
Hi.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going?
Pretty
Congratulations. Your book's looking good.
Thanks.
Cool.
Yep,
cool.
digging it.
That is definitely why we're here. Look, we've had some pretty amazing collaborations come off of people meeting each other on our shows. So you never know, guys. There's something could happen in the future where you go, didn't I meet you on Pop's show? And you're going to be like, yeah, that was good. You see what I'm saying? It'll happen. I'll be dead. It'll be 20 years down the road, but it'll happen.
We're walking down the aisle at New York Comic Con or something.
Jeff, if you want, you're more than welcome to hang out while we go through Dave's project.
I would love to, but I do have work to do on the page, like I said. So I will hop here.
It's real.
Let
I
you
get
guys. Yeah.
It was nice meeting you, man. I will see
Nice
you
meeting
again.
you guys.
Look, get with me mid-campaign when it droops, when nothing's happening. Go, hey, Pops, can you get me out on something? We'll get you out on something again.
All right, man. Thanks a
Bye,
lot.
people. What's up, man?
Have a good one, guys.
Take it easy,
Too.
brother. Oh, look. Yeah, I'm at Laurie's house today. Yes, I'm at Laurie's house today. Laurie Calcaterra does a show tomorrow morning called the Tuesday Morning Brew, and this is always her backdrop.
Ah, okay.
The shirt
Gotcha.
I'm wearing just doesn't agree with any of my backdrops, so I pulled hers up because I kept fading in and out of the stupid. Yeah, see, like that. Green screen.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's good to meet you, sir. What's happening?
Too. Not much.
I am loving the backdrop already. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Is that a Les Paul? I can't see it. What do you got behind it?
No, that's a Schecter.
Okay.
Schecter Ultra 3.
Cool.
I like it because it's got the Bigsby on it.
And some action figures. What do we got?
Yeah, I actually while I was driving around dropping off flyers for our campaign, which puts you in a lot of shops, which can be dangerous if you're a compulsive shopper like me. So yeah, we got Scarlet Spider.
Nice.
Yep, on that one, and then we got the X-Men '97 Gambit.
Gambit.
Yep.
We like Gambit.
Yeah, those two that I found, and I couldn't pass them up. So
now, just so you know, we have a multitude of shows on this network.
Yeah, I saw that.
One of the shows is called The Show Offs, and we do it on Sunday afternoons, and we just show off our stuff.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? So like we'll pick a theme, it'll be like, oh, we're going to talk about Batman this week, and we'll come out and we'll show off Batman stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know. I wasn't aware of that premise. That's a good idea, though. I like that.
We got a lot of different shows. Okay, we have the interview shows and stuff to promote people's projects, but we have video games and just anything. You got something people love, bring it to the network. We'll put your show on, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Tonight, actually, we have the guys from Geekmen and the Masters of the Universe. They do a show called It's Frickin' Figures about action figures. Okay.
Nice.
They also show them off, but they also do interviews with like designers and stuff, people that actually had something to do with the creation of them. And they get a little more in depth than I do. I just go, hey, look at that guy.
Yeah, right. Yep.
But look, we're not pressed for time unless you are. So
Nope. No, I'm good.
Good. Then what we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you the floor for a minute. I want you to introduce yourself to the people because you are new to our network. And
yes.
Dude, I love talking to new people. I don't research you ahead of time. I don't want to know ahead of time. So I come in here already having the answers. I want to hear who you are from you. You know what I mean? So,
cool. So, my name's David Tickner. I'm one of two writers on a book called Alex Ghost that we currently have a Kickstarter going that's live right now. We've been writing books for years and years, and we have lots of stories kind of built up. And there's been life things that have come up, and having kids and all these things that kind of put comics on the back burners, and then we get back to it, and then it pauses, and finally. I think my writing partner Drew and I just kind of hit a place where we're both just ready to kind of pull the trigger and take the leap and really do it.
That's awesome.
So
awesome. So there's the link, everybody. We will be pulling this thing up and looking at it in a few minutes. So something somewhere triggered you and went, man, comic book.
Yeah. So. Well, it's like a lot of people, comics have just been a lifelong thing. I was like 4 or 5, went into a gas station, saw Sonic the Hedgehog, floppy in one of those spinning racks, and it was just game over from there.
Sonic was yours, really?
Yeah. I still like Sonic.
Well, I mean, the video games, I remember all when they first came out.
Yeah. Because I mean, this was 91, 92, 90, 91 probably ish. So it's just like, I mean, he was everywhere and the games were everywhere. And so it's just like, oh, comics. And my parents loved it because it got me into reading finally. Like, so they're like, hey, if he's reading it, just get him the comics. So
I got all 4 of my kids, my own son, and all 4 of my grandkids the same way. Started out with comics, I mean, all of them are now, they all like to read. They all read, and it's like, you start them with something that they like, and they will evolve. They're little human beings. They're going to evolve into the things that they love, but you got to give them a starting point and the love of reading.
Just to get them in that world. Just this anything that gets them, even if it's like, oh, well, I like the pictures. Yeah, but then the pictures get you reading, and then the reading gets you reading other things. So it's a great transition.
Yep. Lou still plays Sonic. You see that?
There you go. Me too.
Fatal J, what's happening, brother?
Nintendo Switch just released like all the originals, and I got them.
That's funny because my son made his children, my grandchildren, all go through the same evolution of video games that he did.
Oh, so he wouldn't let them play the fancy stuff right out the gate?
Game Boy Red, Game Boy Blue, the whole everything, right? Everything from back in the day. They had to go through the same evolution that he did. And now, of course, they're all playing Fortnite and everything, but they started out the same way.
Right.
It's hilarious, dude. I'm like,
that's funny.
Because I started him out on EverQuest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, back in the 90s, I started him out on EverQuest, and because that's what I played.
Right.
And then he went to World of Warcraft and just everything else after that. But
no, that's a natural transition.
Pal World now, actually.
Yep.
I'm still old school. I still like EverQuest and those kind of open world fantasy based games.
Mm-hmm.
We actually have a Madness guild in the DDO online game.
Oh, okay.
If you play Dungeons and Dragons online, you can actually join the Madness guild. And
oh, wow.
Right away, you can get in the airship and get all the amenities and the big guild buffs and all that right from the day you join. So, the Madness is everywhere, bro.
Apparently, I'm learning that. Yeah. No, I never. I tried Dungeons and Dragons a couple times. I just kind of never really got the hang of it. I have lots of friends that are in love with it, that are really into it. So I totally get it. It's just one of those things that just never quite clicked for me, but definitely have respect for it for sure. Oh, yep. There it is. Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought it was on my end.
The kids were getting a little loud, and I was like, I better mute that. Yeah. Okay. So we have a trailer here. Lou jumped in there and said the art looks good, which means we're slacking and we're not getting this out there and showing it to everybody. She already went and started looking at it. You see what I'm saying? So
thank you.
Is there a setup to the trailer, or can we just blast the trailer? It's up to you.
No, I mean, my writing partner Drew actually put this trailer together, and I think he did a fantastic job. And I think it pretty much explains anything else. If there's any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. But this is a great intro, I think, in itself.
All right, then we're gonna just get to it, people. Hang on to your hats. It is the trailer for Alex Ghost.
People die every day. He's usually one of them. Paranormal investigation can be easy when you're able to interact with the other side. A family secret slowly rises from the past. Evil forces unleashed. If you need help solving your ghostly mysteries, call Alex Ghost Paranormal Investigations.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Awesome.
Real nice trailer. I like it.
Thank you.
See, a lot of people would just put some really good music, and there's nothing telling you about anything, right? And
yeah. So we tried actually. At first, we were going to do the put all the text across the screen explaining stuff, and the video software he was using was just such a nightmare that he just went into a closet and just recorded the voiceovers, and it worked so much better. It was so much better than trying to type stuff out.
There's another reason for that though. Okay, we have friends, that don't have the best eyesight. Okay, but they can hear just fine. We have friends that are listening while they're driving down the road on their way home from work.
That's
they're
a good
looking
point.
at the screen, and when somebody plays a trailer and it's some cool music, well, they're just listening to some cool music. They're not really hearing about what we're trying to promote. So when I have somebody that comes out and puts together what I call a full trailer, I like that.
All right. Well, cool. That's a good point. I had not thought of that, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to stick with that now.
Mm-hmm. Unparalleled Comics. Where'd you come up with the name for that?
So Drew and I, so we're from the St. Louis area, and we'd been writing comics for a while. Drew worked at a couple of different comic shops in the area, so he's known and met lots of people. And then we met the other people, the people that actually started Unparalleled Comics, and they asked if they'd like us, like if we do our stories through them, and if we wanted to come on as partners. So we talked about it, and that name was there before me.
Okay. So Drew is your partner, and he's the writer, you're the artist. Is that what I'm getting here?
No. So Drew and I both write.
Oh, okay.
Drew,
Co-writer? All right.
Yeah. So Drew really created this. This is really his brainchild. He came up with these characters and these concepts, and I kind of help flush them out and fine tune them, or kind of write the more like detailed things. So he's kind of more. He's a little bit more macro. I'm a little bit more micro.
I get it.
So and then we got really lucky with our artist Marco DeFio.
Hold on here. Did you say Marco DeFio?
Yeah.
Like Passive the Pale Rider?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, see, that's Laurie. That's what I was just talking about. That does a show on the network tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one that sent me the link. And he's just like, hey, check these people out and talk to them and try and get on. So that's how this came about.
All right. See, we love Laurie. I'm actually in her studio right now because she had that dodgeball thing in her studio. I better get back in mine. But yes, we love Laurie very much. And actually, I don't know if you were listening earlier when I was talking to Jeff about the RPG stuff, but Laurie and I were playing Chris Brown's Slaughterville game.
Okay.
RPG, right? And we created characters from what was, the options available. You get to create a character, and of course, she decided to be a Karen. Okay.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Yes. Did you see that? Good. Because this is Laurie, and I love this. Things have evolved in the network from just doing this, talking about comics, to stuff like this?
I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Are you mental? Yes. We ended up taking those characters and creating a show using those characters to interview people, kind of. So you got a Karen and a stoner interviewing people. So just, figure out what you're going to get, right?
Right.
Talk about two people totally disrupting each other during, and then the guests just trying to keep up, or some people are coming prepared now. Chad did a really good episode. He came prepared. So we just play off whatever happens. It's nothing scripted. That's what's hilarious about it. We just
all
go in character, and whatever happens. Right?
Yep.
Yes, she can't see her phone screen. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? That's another thing. A lot of people watching on their little phone. That text ain't going. They ain't gonna see that. It's like, make sure there are words to accompany your trailer for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, just like me telling Jeff earlier, make an ash can, stuff like that. I've been doing this for a long time, man. I've interviewed a couple thousand people since I started doing this. So I've seen a lot of campaigns, and sometimes I see something and I'll go, man, the only thing this one needs is this. And I won't be shy about telling you, hey man, add a tier for this or do that or whatever, because I see what works. You know what I mean? So
hell yeah, that's great.
We're going to take a little trip down through here. First thing I like is 72 pages, 3 issues.
Yes.
My question is, will you ever break them into floppies, or is this the only way they're going to be released?
As it's planned right now, this is the only way it's going to be released. Okay. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, we thought that it would kind of build more confidence in backers if you got multiple issues like right out the gate that you can read this thing, and really they're going to aim to be kind of more self-contained stories a little bit, kind of like a Hellboy style.
Okay.
A little bit. So there is more story, but it's at least self-contained to these 3 issues, and you don't have to wait or worry about if the rest of the issues are going to come out. So that was our goal. Also, it's we found it just more economical. It's cheaper to print that 3-issue book than it is to print 3 single issues.
Oh yeah.
So there's a way better price point.
I ask from a collector's point of view.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I collect comic books. Okay. Graphic novels are cool, but there are drawbacks to them when it comes to how do you present them or store them, or they're all different sizes. They're all, you can't put them in a bookcase because your bookcase look like this.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's
right. They don't, you know what I mean? It's like they're great for those are my reader issues. You see what I'm saying?
I hear you. Yep.
As soon as you start messing with a graphic novel, the cover folds out, it's bows out, the corners bow up. There ain't no ever putting it back to pristine again. You read it one time, it's done. But that means I don't got to touch them floppies. You see? Trade paperback, I don't have to touch them floppies. I still like to have them floppies.
That's a good point. I had not
a lot. Okay, so this is going to be the first print of your stuff. You see what I'm saying? For you collectors that look at in the terms that I look at, you're going to have to buy 2 of these because you're going to want one that's pristine because it's the first printing of this book, and then you're going to want one you can read. And trust me, there ain't no way to read a trade paperback, softcover trade paperback, and have it go back to pristine. It just doesn't happen.
I know what you're saying.
There's nothing you can do about it once you open it up. It's like, oh, it'll never go back to flat again. You know, I mean, you put it in the press, but you know.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be your standard, you know, comic size,
right?
As far as like the dimensions, you know, the width and length of it. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are doing like magazine size. People do smaller digest size because they're trying to make their, I guess, stand out from other people, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for a collector's point of view, how do I store these? How do I, you know, on the bookshelf, they don't look uniform. You know, you can't put them in alphabetical order, like you say. It looks like a roller coaster.
No, I'm with you. I got books in my boxes now that are, you know, it's cool. Like aesthetically, visually, I like it sometimes. Like we're like, oh, this book's kind of cool. It comes in a different shape, and when you see it on a shelf or something, you're like, awesome, neat. But then, like you said, you get back, you try and bag or board it, and you put it in the box, and it doesn't fit with all the others. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to? I totally get it. I'm with you there for sure.
That doesn't stop me from getting the stuff I want, the stuff I like, the stuff I want to read. But it can be, you know, annoying.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
All right. So let's dive into your characters a little bit, man.
Yeah. So the first one's Alex, our main character. Oh, yeah.
This is a little rundown for Alex. Yeah, he hasn't had an easy go at things lately. I can relate, bro. I can relate. So what's his trip? What's up with him?
So, oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on with Alex. He basically runs a paranormal investigation company. Well, it's really just him. He's a paranormal investigator, and he runs it out of his parents' old funeral home. And in this book, his parents actually just passed, and he's kind of just thrown himself into work. And he shows up on the radar of a cult that's been, they believe he might have something to do with their prophecy and making this come true. So he's not even, they know about him, he doesn't know about them. So there's some trouble there. We also introduce a monster called Carcass that we'll see here towards the end. Not a whole lot is really explained about this guy, except he's just messing stuff up. That he was in the video. He had the deer. And he pulled the ghost out of the deer.
You caught me by surprise with the paranormal investigator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because look, Karen and Dante are paranormal investigators, but they're called Skeptics Inc.
Oh, nice.
Lou in the chat right over there. Lou right here. She drew that.
Right now. Awesome.
She drew that picture right there.
Oh, that's great.
And that's when the characters started taking on a life of their own, and why we have a show with those characters instead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? People like the characters so much, it's like, okay, I'll just be him.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's a fun world to explore and live in this character for a while.
Dude,
hell yeah.
As soon as you said paranormal investigator, I was just like, oh man, it's like, yes, you know I'm gonna like it because I like that kind of stuff. So here we go. Alex is in his early 30s. He's married with 2 children.
Yep. Yeah, he's
power to come back from the dead.
Yep.
That make it kind of easy for you to be brave.
It does. Later we'll get into there are some consequences to every time he comes back from the dead.
I would hope so, because otherwise that would make you 10-foot tall and bulletproof.
Right? Yeah. There's no consequences. He's good to go.
Okay. Yep. Now we have Alice.
Yeah. So Alice is a detective, as it says here, who regularly has run-ins with Alex. although she wants answers to Alex's involvement in her cases, she's more trusting of Alex than her partner Simon, who's up next. Basically, because Alex is tied to these mysterious events, these paranormal investigations, he shows up on these federal agents, radar, and they're like, "Why are you always here? Why? Like, how come every time we're looking into stuff, it's you? It gets back to you." So they're often, so they're kind of the like a anti Scully Mulder. Like they don't think that there's anything mystical out there. They're like, no, this kid is up to bad news.
Yeah,
He's messing stuff up.
That's Dante and Karen. We just don't believe it. We just don't believe it. Even if we see like bloody footprints running by, we got some kind of excuse for it.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see that. What? All right. So, what is weird?
Yeah. So weird. Is a kind of acronym. His name's Walter Irene Dominic. He's an artificer and he's mystic warden of this dimension of our Earth, basically, and defender of another reality called the Super Unknown, which is an alternate dimension full of magical beings and artifacts. His primary concern is obtaining dangerous mystical objects in order to protect them from falling into the wrong hands. His handy satchel serves as a portal to his armory and allows him to access whatever he needs to defend himself. So this has been a really fun character. We've really gotten to explore. What started out as just kind of a side character is really like turned into one of our favorite characters to write.
Nice. That usually happens though. You end up pulling out the best in somebody you didn't see coming.
Yeah, exactly.
The gardener.
Yep. Yeah. So this is basically Weird's antagonist.
Right.
He's basically opposite of Weird. Unlike Weird, the gardener is native to the Super Unknown. Another thing, this is another one with backstories that'll be revealed as we go. But basically, he doesn't like Weird. He wants Weird's job. He thinks that he deserves it. He's the defender of the Super Unknown. Weird needs to get out. So that's their dynamic.
Nice. And Cynthia.
Yeah, so Cynthia calls up Alex, and this is Alex's first case, basically, since getting back into back into things since his parents passed. So, basically, Cynthia is new to the area-ish. She's been around for about a year, and just last week she had something unexplainable happen. She finds Alex, gets a hold of him, and he comes over to help her try and basically get her house back. She also has some ulterior motives.
Okay. And the demon you was talking about earlier, Carcass.
Yeah. So this is Carcass. He's basically this.
We don't know yet. It says we don't know. You don't have to tell nobody. It's okay.
Well, no, it's okay. I don't want to be too mysterious because it's like, oh, I can't tell you about the book because it's like, well, then who's going to care about the book if you don't tell them something?
You want to find out about the book, man. That's what we tell them. You want to find out about the book. That's right.
Yeah. Well, Carcass is basically he's just a monster that consumes flesh of remains of dead animals and humans, and that's basically what keeps him alive. It keeps him generating stuff.
There you go.
His thing is he's here to collect souls. We don't know for who or how many or for what reason, but that's his deal. Is he's out for human souls.
Nice. There we go. See, we got some sample pages.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are they staking out dude's house?
Yep.
Come on, Scully, just go knock on the door.
Don't be shy.
They're in here tearing shit up while they're outside looking through the window.
Yep. Yeah. We love these pages too. Marco did a fantastic job. He's a wonderful artist.
Yes, he is. Good dude. That's pretty cool. I didn't, as soon as you said Marco, I was like, oh hell, here we go.
Yep.
I don't know if you had a chance to book something on Laurie's show, because man, she books out so far in advance. But
yeah, he said she was full for the rest of the year.
What day does this thing end, bro?
October 31st on Halloween.
Oh shit. Can we do a Halloween countdown? Do you have any kind of a party planned, an online party plan for your ending, for your countdown?
Not yet, but that's a good idea.
This is something that we do, okay? We do launch parties, we do countdowns, okay? We will come out here for the last hour of your campaign,
okay,
while the ticker's ticking down, and we'll share it out to everybody. Hey, in case you forgot, it is about to end. You got to come over and get you some. And we go out on all the platforms, and we just remind people that this one's almost over.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
What time of day does it end? Do you know what time?
I believe it ends at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. on Halloween.
Eastern?
Central.
8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
So we'd have to come out here at 8 p.m. Eastern on Halloween and be here for an hour and tell people about it. Man, Halloween, as much fun as it sounds like to end on Halloween, a lot of people going to be busy doing other things.
Yeah. We were excited about jumping on the Halloween spirit with, having ghosts and demons in our book. We thought it was the perfect time to launch, and that was our thinking behind it.
Actually, I'll give you a little advice in that area too. I'm not even sure what day of the week that Halloween is this year. I haven't looked that far into the future yet.
Neither.
We have a thing where we encourage people to make sure your campaign ends like on payday, the day after payday, while people still have money. You don't want to end on Tuesday when everybody's like, I ain't got no money.
Good point. That's a really good point.
End on Tuesday when Kickstarter goes to hit their account and they ain't got no money.
Yep.
You want to make sure Kickstarter's hitting their account on payday, or the day right after payday when they still got money in that account. You get a lot less of those cancellations that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Halloween looks like it's on a Thursday.
Well, Thursday, Friday, a lot of people get their direct deposit on Thursday. That's cool. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you want your campaign to end on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You don't want it to end on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when everybody's broke.
Yeah, that's a good point. After you spend all that money over the weekend.
What's up, Bray Wolf? Bray Wolf in the chat. What's happening? Yeah, man. Look, like I said, I've interviewed a lot of people. We've handled a lot of campaigns. We promoted a lot of campaigns, and we've learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And when people tell me, man, I had a bunch of cancellations afterwards, and the first thing I do is go look what day they end. What day did the campaign end? Well, that could be a little bit why.
Yeah.
There's another of our people, Doran from Whitefire Comics. Doran is the one that I was telling you about, that him and I started the D&D online. Playing together, and we started our guild, or whatever you call it, and our group of madness. He's the one that got me all up in that, and I appreciate him for it. We're gonna have to do some more of that real soon, Dorian. It's been a bit. I know he's been busy, I've been busy, but sometimes you got to take a little weight off, go have some fun, man.
Oh yeah.
Lots of work lately for everybody, and that's good.
I loved your video. I loved the dodgeball video, getting hit with flyers.
Laurie, that's Laurie too. She made that.
Man.
Look, Laurie is our what do you call it? Our resident short film expert.
Okay.
So she came from a production background.
All right.
So she makes a lot of short films. She makes a lot of clips. Does a lot of for her, I mean, that show that her and I do together, Killer Karen, all the editing, all everything, she does all that. I just show up. Hey man, I just show up and play my part. She does all the work.
That's fantastic.
Laurie's amazing, dude. And you know, dude, I had no idea. I hadn't, like I said, I don't go look at people's stuff ahead of time. I didn't go research this, or I'd have known it was Marco, and I'd have been, hey, Laurie, check this out. But hopefully she's watching. Laurie. Yeah, hey, you've been working just like me, Dorian. You know, I know what's up. It's all action in the madness. Oh, dude, she definitely have ideas. She might, you might be another one of them madness collaborations. You never know. That's why we're here. Networking, promotion. That's why we do what we do. For some of you in the chat now I know you're recognizing that art right there a little bit more, that now that you know who it is. That's the guy that did Laurie's first 4 books.
Oh yeah.
So
he does great work. He's super easy to work with. We're happy to have him.
Yeah, I'm glad that this thing got going, because I know he was like, I mean, killing it for Laurie. I love the way he did it. And Gilbert come right in, and it's like almost seamless. You can tell it's a different artist, but it's still styled right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, come on, Marco. What's up, bro?
Yeah. This is whenever Cynthia's house gets invaded by the ghost of this deer, this mangled deer that just
I'm looking upside down at this book.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That top panel, he's flying upside down. That's cool.
Oh yeah. No, this is where we were trying to lean into the creepy a little bit. We really wanted to make it kind of feel like a little spooky.
This is good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so they're at the movies. They get freaked out, or I don't know. I guess they're
in her living room. They're in her living room watching a movie.
She got popcorn or whatever. Yeah, everybody's happy, but no. Look.
Yeah. So this is the event. This is the event that draws Alex out to her place to find out what's going on.
Cool. Hey, look, it's it's Harry Potter's dead Patronus.
Yeah.
All right, now we're down into people I understand.
Yeah, so here we got the Gardener and we got Weird kind of duking it out, essentially fighting over a cape that actually allows them to fly.
Tell me now, the Gardener grows the good weed. Tell me.
Oh, the best. Like, interdimensional weed. Like look at this guy. He clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does. Great stuff. See, this is what I love about Marco. It's like people come at him with the off the wall shit, and he makes it work.
Oh yeah, and you'll see that most of all in this next double splash page that we got coming up. This was an off the wall one. We threw it at him, and we're just like, we'll see what he comes back with. And he handed us this gold. I mean, this page is so awesome. And this is basically in our reward tier. This is going to be our prints. You get 2 like 8x10 prints that you put together to make that, and it's all colored. It looks really good. Dude,
I love the way he uses the tentacles to break up the panels. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Marco,
he nailed it.
You did it again, dude. You did it. All right. I'm just checking out the tiers too. So you get a digital and a physical copy for $20 plus shipping.
Yeah.
20 plus shipping, right?
Yep. 3 issues for $20. So
yeah,
72 pages, I guess I should say.
Oh, look. All right. Why are you driving my car, dude?
Yeah.
He thinks I'm joking, people. He thinks I'm joking.
Do you actually have this? Is that I guess kind of a 68 or 69-ish SS Camaro?
Well, that looks more like a Nova from the back than a Camaro.
Nova, Chevelle.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, it's like Nova's my favorite car. I've had more than one of them.
Oh, okay. I forget. Oh man, Drew's gonna kill me. Drew actually had a model of car set out for this, and I can't remember what it's supposed to be at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like about a 68, 70, 69 Nova.
Yeah, that actually, I think that. Oh man, I think you're right. I think that is what it's supposed to be. you knew it better than I did.
Well, like I said, I've had quite a few of those. I love those cars. The last one I had was a 73 hatchback. It was the last year of that body style.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. There you go.
Oh, yep. That's it.
Yeah.
And that is definitely our car.
And she was fast, and we tore the whole suspension out, put all brand new front end underneath the thing so that it was like just sweet to drive.
Oh man.
Yeah, that one was kind of built from the ground up. It was fun. It was fun. And it was set up like in the back. That car slept 2 people and a big dog comfortably in the back. Because the seat went down and it went all the way to the back. There's no trunk. It's a hatchback.
Right.
So you could just lay out back there, man, and yeah, it was the perfect road trip car. You gotta go for a road trip. That was the one. And that's that car. I can see it. It's right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now that you can pull it up side by side with the picture, it's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I love them cars. Yes. I was a younger man then. I was. That don't change it though. It's beautiful. All right. So digital copy for $10 right here. There you go.
Yep.
And then we have tier 2, which is the physical and a digital for 20. Yes. Tier 3. I like the way you did this. I can just show it over here. You can see how many people have backed it at that level. Everything, right? $70, you get a digital, physical, a t-shirt, button pin set of 4. Gotta have pins. Everybody's gotta have pins. Yep. And a koozie. Yep.
Got him. Got our little prototype right here.
Oh, dude, look. I want one of them Unparalleled Comics pins. I want one of those for sure. Let's see. We got a spot for it. We got a spot back here for it. So somewhere.
You got plenty of real estate there.
Actually, this thing's getting pretty full, man. I'm gonna have to get another hat pretty soon. But I like the koozies. I like koozies because in summertime you got to be able to keep that drink cool. Yes.
Yep.
And they're not they don't kill you when you go to buy them for as tchotchkes or whatever you want to call them as gifts for the different tiers. They're not super expensive to make. Good stuff. What else do we got? The Prince of Darkness. Tier 4. Okay.
Yep.
2 of that was the 2 8x10 prints of that gigantic tentacled splash page.
Yep.
Okay. And a couple bookmarks too. Oh, look that. There you go. Hold up. See if I can blow that up just a little bit. No, it's not gonna let me. It's about as big as it's gonna get, huh?
I'll have to update. I'll have to put that colored version up there at the top with the sample pages.
Yeah. There you go. That's about as close as I can get with it. All right, tier 4. Oh, look, that thing jumped on me. All right, tier 5. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
that sounds ominous.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Wait.
so Yeah, this one you still get a lot of the same stuff. You get your digital copy, you get the physical copy, you get a T-shirt, you get your buttons. Two maybe different ideas is one, you get your own custom obituary because you're basically the idea is you were in our book and you got this tier and you died, unfortunately and untimely. So we write a one-of-a-kind obituary for you, and we send you a death certificate with that obituary. And that's what you get here in this tier.
Yeah, but that one's definitely a Nova. I looked. Same tailgate lights.
Oh yeah.
Tail lights. Yeah, that's a Nova. At the front, it was like, is that a Nova or Chevelle? When I was looking at the front of it, because Chevelle has that more pointed nose cone, and the Nova has a more flat nose cone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Chevy guy.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So a death certificate and a obituary as you get offed in this book.
Yes.
That's
I have copies. I have samples. I think we put the samples on the right side. I don't think I have them on the in the main story part yet. But yeah, there's examples of what
they're not going to let me click on it because I'm not logged in.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it's good. Here we go. The Cult of Personality.
Yeah. Yeah, we like to make a lot of music references throughout our book. Music's a big theme for us, so we like to pull from that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this tier is basically, it's the whole shebang.
Yeah.
It's just, you want it all, you got it. Here it is.
And then the move it or lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one's your physical, your digital, get a shirt, and we talked with Marco, who was willing to help us out with this, which is awesome. We're going to order sketch covers. And we'll have sketch covers, and this tier is limited to 5. Yes. And we basically send Marco however many backers in this tier we get. We send those to him, and he draws you a one-of-a-kind personal cover on that sketch, on that sketch cover.
Dude, see, I'm already thinking, gee, what would I do with that? I would have Alex versus Big James. Alex meets Big James from Path of the Pale Rider. See, because then Marco could draw characters that he's already drawn from both books.
That would be that's a good idea. I like that.
You need to do a crossover print with Laurie.
There we go.
A crossover print that has, her character, your character, maybe Jude and Alex with, the ghostly deer and Big James in the background or something, and make it a crossover type print. If somebody backs both books, they get the print.
Ooh, that would be cool. That'd be very cool.
It's the kind of stuff I think of, dude. That's why I'm here. So, Laurie, I don't know where you're at, but you really should have been in the chat. I'm going to scold her. You watch. Where were you? I was talking to Marco's new gig.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's the project so far. We are working on some stretch goals. We're working on typing those out and getting those added here probably in the next couple of days.
I will tell you the same thing that I told Jeff, and because I know Marco works ahead, make one of your stretch goals just a little ash can previewing the next book. Or
that's good. Yeah,
or like we have roughs of stuff from this book, like art that before it was colored, some of his line work, stuff like that in a little ash can. It doesn't matter what. It can be an artist proof, like little just things that he did that made it into the book, but it's colored and it doesn't look quite the same or whatever. You know what I mean? Something different, but just like a little 8-10 page ash can.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the we've started writing the next. Not started. We're about halfway through with the next 3 issues being written. So I mean, we could easily do a preview for sure.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's look those kind of stretch goals where people are getting something that's not only collectible but gives them a little idea of what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always good for selling that next book.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that sounds cool. I like the ash can idea.
I hope you're taking notes for all this shit. No, man.
I'll just have to go back and rewatch the interview.
Yeah, when you get with Drew, you got to come watch this with me, man. Check out these ideas and see what you can apply.
Oh man, he's gonna yell at me because he's gonna be like, "Of course it's a Chevy Nova. You knew it was a Chevy Nova, and you dropped the ball completely." I can already hear it.
What can I tell you? I love it. I love the fact that you know people draw cool cars and stuff in their comics. Okay,
Yeah.
a lot of people. Doc created kind of a cross between two old style coupes in his noir book, and it's like, yeah, I just love people that remember. Remember when you were a kid and you drew cars and stuff? I did.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
I did. I'm not an artist, but when I was a kid, I drew stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the thing too. My skills never developed far enough to like draw, obviously, you know, like Marco or you know other real comic book artists. But I mean, I think if you read comics, you're gonna draw to some degree. What degree? That degree may vary, but it's like you can't read comics and not like doodle around or do something.
Or have doodled around and then went, man, what do those guys what do the pros do when they're doing this?
Yeah.
There's so many great artists, not just in the mainstream, but so many indie artists that are amazing, bro.
Oh yeah. Agree. 100% agree. We've found 3 artists. Three or four. Because we have different projects. This is our current main focus, our project. But Drew and I have like 2 or 3 other books, and we've been really lucky with our artists. And there are a lot of really good artists that aren't in that mainstream Marvel DC Image world.
I have to respond to Glenn. Yes, I'm in Laurie's living room. Yes, I am. This shirt I'm wearing just ain't jiving with none of these backgrounds, man. So it's like this was the best one. Otherwise, I was just like fading into all the backgrounds. All my other backgrounds will not work with this shirt. I don't know. But good to see you, Glenn. Glenn is also an amazing artist from the UK. You'll see, I'll be talking about a lot of different creators here, like Dorian and Lou and Grey Wolf, all these people coming in, they're all creators. I mean, we definitely have a great network of people that love this medium.
Yeah, so, that's awesome.
I'm beaming it. I am. I know. It's weird. I don't get it. Maybe it's just the hat with the green screen. I don't know. But the hat seemed to be showing up just fine. Everything else is what's fading in and out. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know one thing. It was great meeting you, but one thing I do want to do, I want to make sure, because this is something that I'm very conscious of. Having been interviewed on shows, and then when the show's over, it's like, man, dude never asked me about this. I never got to say anything about that, or oh, I wish I'd have said something about that. You get the floor. If there's anything we didn't talk about that you want to talk about, and that can be anything, man. If there's anything you want to the floor is yours, my friend.
Thanks. One thing that I have been trying to mention as we go through some of these is that music actually in our video was created by a local band here in St. Louis and a good friend of mine. Band's called Outgrown. They've let us use.
It's called what?
Outgrown.
Outgrown?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we even give them a little shout out there at the end of the video.
Do you got a little link that we can put in the chat? because we ain't against promoting music either. We have musician friends and everything in this group.
I don't know. I mean, it's on Spotify. I know it's on Spotify Outgrown, but let me see if I can find it real quick.
I mean, if they have like a Facebook page or something that people can go to and then go from there to find their stuff or whatever, just some kind of contact point, anything.
But yeah, if you can just you can just go to Spotify. I think it's on there. I'm not sure if they're on. Oh yeah, no, it's on Facebook.
Oh
yeah, there's Facebook. Outgrown is a musician band, but we really appreciated them letting us use some of the music. In fact, the original artist for this book does vocals on one of the songs off the latest CD, and I actually did vocals on a song off this latest CD.
Really?
Yeah. So we have kind of a small, well, not small, it's been growing, but like just a number of friends with different talents, and we've all just kind of bounced in and out of each other's projects through the years. So we all do we wear a lot of different hats.
Right there, those guys.
Oh, great. Thank you.
There you go. Go check it out, people. You know what's up. It's what we do.
We're super thankful still for Marco, and he's been sticking with us. He's been giving us great questions too. Like, that was one thing. It's not just like we tell him what to do and he does it. He'll come back at us with like, guys, I don't know what is this? This doesn't make sense, or like, I'm not understanding. And that is so critical of that's so great for an artist to do, to just say, hey, I don't get this. This doesn't make sense. Instead of just like, well, I'll just draw it anyways, and then the writer's like, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly. You got to have communication. Glenn, if you're still watching, the artist on this book is the guy who drew the first 4 copies of Path of the Pale Rider for Laurie. Marco DeFio is the artist on this book too. So, bringing it around, everybody.
Yeah,
I love it. This is the weird part, though. I know Marco. Why didn't Marco say, hey, yo, we're doing this other thing over here and we're launching 13 days ago?
I don't know, but it was nice. He saw like Drew and I do a live show through Unparalleled, and he was just like, hey guys, like, Kickstarter's looking good. Like, do you want some help? Like, do you think you could, like, would you want to do another show? And we were like, of course, yes, absolutely. And I mean, so he's still the one that got me here. So I'm very thankful.
All right, good job, Marco.
Yep.
Yeah, man, we have other shows too. Okay, Doc's Coffee Shop, Freewheeling Friday on Friday nights. We got a lot of different shows in the network. So even when this one's over and you're getting ready to do something else, get with me ahead of time so we can go through the whole pre-launch campaign.
Okay.
Like getting people to sign up for it before you launch. Then we can do a launch party for you where we actually come out here live when you launch and make a big hoo-ha about it. And then a countdown. I like to be part of it all the way from beginning to end. I have done campaigns where I started with their sign up, did their launch party, did their countdown, and the unboxing when it got here.
Oh, nice. All the way to the end.
Yes. So people even see that it comes in good condition, and what I mean, the whole, whole process, right?
Oh, that's cool.
Be part of that from beginning to end. That's really what this is all about, man.
Yeah.
So definitely get with me again before this is over. We will. Let me see that. I gotta look at the calendar now. I'm gonna have to. You said Halloween night at 8:00. Holy crap! I mean, it was a cute idea.
Yeah. We were really playing off the Halloween, the feeling of the Halloween and stuff.
It is a cute idea. I'm saying I'm okay with it. I'm just saying. when it comes down to this part of it, the marketing and aspect part of it, launching on Halloween early in the evening, probably a great idea. The 31st is a Thursday. That's not bad. 8 o'clock, you said? Oh, let me see. What do we got here? Flip City at 9 p.m. Eastern. We would be doing this for you at 8, right? Is that what we said?
It'd be 8 for.
8?
I think it's 8 on our time. I think it's when it officially ends.
Oh, so it would be 9 to 10 here.
So yeah, it would be.
Now it's not that it can't be done. It's not that it can't be done. I might have to talk to Christy about simulcasting it on her show as well, since I don't know if she has a guest that night or not. I'm putting my head together. I don't know what she's doing on Halloween on her show, but Thursday at 9 p.m. is when she does her show.
Gotcha.
Maybe we'll just all hang out together or something. You never know. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I have a way of making these things happen. So
I believe you.
All right. So that's it, people. Got any last words, my friend?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me. I know it's I jumped on last minute. I really appreciate
Perfect.
And hopefully get some people to check this out.
It was perfect because I had just had scheduled somebody on the wrong day. They were supposed to be here next week, and I had them scheduled for today. And it was like, so I was kind of like, oh my God, I don't have a guest. And then you kind of popped in right then. I was like, yeah, how about tomorrow?
Yeah, it worked great. It was fantastic.
Yeah, we love that kind of stuff. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. Go check out Alex Ghost on Kickstarter. You guys know what to do. I don't have to tell you. Hit the like button, share it out, share it amongst your social medias so your friends see it. Even if it ain't up your alley, it might be up one of your friends, and you know who those friends are.
There you go.
Handle your business. And all we can do is put it in front of you. It's up to you to increase our reach. It's up to you to increase Dave's reach. We're just asking it,
any little thing helps.
Yes.
And is appreciated.
Give it a little push, peoples. And Dad, I'm gonna be out of here. Let's see what kind of trouble can I get into right now. Dave, I will see you real soon. We will talk real soon. I will see you.
All right, sounds good.
Real soon. You have a
Thanks
great
again.
Some of you people might recognize this.
it done, getting it there. Critical path logistics, getting it done, getting it there.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are
Have a good night.